or to crash. Center for Transparency Advocacy, CTA, is urging the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to ensure that challenges observed in the conduct of the 2023 general elections are not repeated in the 3 off-cycle governorship elections in November this year. This formed part of resolutions reached during a post-mortem of the 2023 general elections. Timothy Yusuf.
The Center for Transparency Advocacy and Election Observer Group believes that it is crucial to acknowledge the hurdles faced during the February and March 2023 elections, urging Nigerians to also focus on the positives that emerged from the polls and ensure they are sustained.
The fact that we have an election where the winner came up with 8 million votes and the following votes were 6 million, altogether putting, say, about 50 million votes, means that we are now having the real people who are voting in the country, unlike in the past, where you had the numbers without the people coming out to vote.
Why are we talking about those things that didn't go well and not giving credit for the things that went excellently well?
INEC had fixed the Bayelsa, Imo and Kogi States governorship elections for November 11, 2023. CTA is hopeful that the elections would be an improvement with lessons learned from the previous elections. The Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room is similarly following up on its report of the 2023 general elections, demanding urgent national electoral reforms to reignite citizens' confidence in Nigeria's electoral process. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has successfully intercepted 2 shipments of loud cannabis in Lagos State, totaling 5,344.1 kg. One seizure took place on the Epe-Lekki Expressway, involving a truck carrying 2,434.1 kg, while the other occurred at Alpha Beach, intercepting a boat loaded with 2,910 kg, with multiple arrests made. Additionally, in various states, the NDLEA apprehended individuals with significant quantities of skunk and cannabis, dismantled a cannabis farm, and arrested several suspects. In its determination to ensure that no Nigerian citizen is left to be consumed by the crisis in Sudan, the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has evacuated additional 126 stranded Nigerians back home. This brings the number of stranded Nigerians evacuated to 2,660 so far. Ilyasu Ali reports that out of this latest number, 26 are children.
Since April 15, 2023, the factional military crisis in Sudan began, which resulted to displacement of human settlement, lack of access to potable water, food and shelter, as well as increasing number of casualties. So far, about 24 million people have been affected by the crisis. Since the eruption of the crisis in Sudan, former President Muhammadu Buhari approved the immediate evacuation of stranded Nigerians from that country. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has not rested on its oars in evacuating Nigerians trapped in the war-torn country. The Director General of the agency, Mustafa Habib Ahmed, who was represented by the Director Special Duties, Dr. Onimode Bandele, at the latest evacuation, is optimistic that the agency will not rest until all Nigerians are evacuated from Sudan.
And the success we are seeing today is because the federal government supported us, and the DG of NEMA, Mustafa Habib Ahmed, has been on top of the situation.
I thank to federal government of Nigeria, Dr. Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Don't welcome back to Nigeria now safely.
Dr. Bandele also revealed that another flight is being expected with more Nigerians to be brought back home. In Abuja, Ilyasu Aliakubu, NTA News.
In the meantime, a full-scale investigation into the missing placenta in a health facility in Ondo State has commenced by the police with the arrest of 2 nurses, a cleaner and a security personnel in connection with the sudden disappearance of the placenta of a newborn. Newsline visited Emureile in Owo, local government area of Ondo State, where the incident occurred. Abiola Ario has more.
The joy of every couple is to be blessed with the fruit of the womb and deliver the baby safely. This is the story of the 23-year-old Tunde Ijanusi, who took his 19-year-old wife, Joy, to the Comprehensive Health Center, Emureile, a town in Owo. For Joy, it was a prolonged labor at the health center, yet God delivered her safely without complication. Tunde would have been happier for safe delivery on his return to the hospital after getting food for his wife, but the bizarre happened.
I went inside to collect the placenta, but the nurse on duty said she would bring it. But in the meantime, I should go home and get food for my wife. I went home as instructed, but by the time I came back, there was no nurse on duty and the placenta was not dropped with my mother.
Tunde tried to raise an alarm the following day, having suspected the nurses and security personnel on duty, but Tunde and his wife were persuaded to let go of the matter.
In the morning, I went to inquire from a nurse about the placenta. The cleaner said I should follow her, and she entered a place where she said she kept it, but it was nowhere to be found. She called the other nurses, and they searched everywhere, but could not find the placenta. They began to beg us and told us not to pay for the delivery of the baby, but we immediately went to the police station to make a report.
I just want government to help me out so that I can see the placenta.
When Newsline visited the health center, the hospital doors were already shut on sighting the news crew. No hospital staff was ready to volunteer any information on the baby's placenta that got missing in the hospital. However, the police have confirmed the arrest of some suspects in connection with the incident.
3 people are currently in custody. The nurse who delivered the baby, but we later found out that she's actually not a registered nurse, the assistant, and one other woman who was there who claimed to be the security of the health center.
The Janusi family is worried about the spiritual implication of not properly burying the baby's placenta, which religious leaders also corroborated.
In Islam, we believe in taking precaution because al-wiqaya to khayru min al-ilaj. The precaution or prevention is better than cure. Better for one to take precaution than when it happens, they start looking for solution. So if there's nothing wrong with burying it Islamically, in order to protect or to prevent future occurrences, that is, if that is what is in the destiny.
But what is being attached to it is part of the baby for 9 months, is plus or minus 2 weeks for the baby to be born. So they are together. So people can use that thing together and use an object to represent it. And whatever they pronounce on it will work. Any messaging assignment given to it, it will deliver it because there are forces acting or activating it. Virtue of the newly born baby will be diverted, working for someone, and in most cases they use it for this money-making rituals or glory. So for a placenta to be used by someone, it works.
The family is seeking justice for the missing placenta. Newsline will keep you updated as event unfolds.
And moving on, Muslim pilgrims in Mecca Saudi Arabia are to begin movements to Muna this evening to observe major religious rites for this year's Hajj exercise. And sequel to this, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria says it has achieved record time success on airlift exercise for the first time in 10 years, with no single case of any contingent left behind. Correspondent Usman Ali reports from Makkah.
This is a pre-Arafat conference with all stakeholders in Hajj operation, including Islamic scholars. The meeting is for appraisal on the airlift exercise and highlights on next steps for a hitch-free Hajj. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria says it is reinventing itself for the best outing, just as Saudi authorities adopt new strategies for safety of the pilgrims.
Minus those who may be sick or indisposed, we are confident to say every person who had the right documents had been brought to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for this year's Hajj. Our responsibility now is to ensure that as we move near the day of Hajj proper, which is at Arafah and Mina and Muzdalifah, to ensure that the Muslims, pilgrims, indeed are able to do their rites successfully.
Nigeria's ambassador to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Yahya Lawal, and others analyzed the recent challenges and breakthroughs. In the end, they all agree that all components must work together to achieve the target. For those states compromise the rules on welfare and health condition of the pilgrims, the Hajj Commission says there will be sanctions. Now the attention is how the return of the pilgrims back home after Hajj is going to be. In Makkah, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Usman Aliu, NTA News.
Pursuant to curb road crashes and avoidable traffic gridlocks on the highways, the Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps, Dauda Ali Biu, has directed the mobilization of adequate logistics and personnel for the 2023 Eid al-Kabir celebration to enhance visibility and guarantee safe travels for all road users before, during, and after the celebration. The special patrol operations have been scheduled to commence from 26 June and be terminated on the 1st of July 2023. The Corps Marshal equally mandated all the following objectives must be achieved in the special operations: reduction in road traffic crashes, road traffic fatalities, and road traffic injuries, prompt response to road traffic crash victims, engagement of robust public education and enlightenment, and speedy removal of obstructions from the highway, among others. He said that the Corps is embarking on a special patrol operation to ensure motorists and other road users have a hitch-free celebration amidst the raining season. According to him, about 750 patrol vehicles, 120 ambulances, 25 tow trucks, and over 200 bikes would be on the road during the special operation. And up next, a sports update.
Oyo and Delta State men and women have emerged champions of the 2023 3x3 Wheelchair Basketball National Championship held at the Outdoor Sports Hall of Alake Sports Center in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Oyo defeated Lagos 10-1 to lift the trophy in the men's category, while Delta defeated Oyo 3-2 to clinch the women's category. Osun came from 3 points down to beat Abuja 7-5 to seal the third position in the men's category, while Imo State beat Kwara 5-1 to settle for third position in the women's category. Two Nigerian women arm wrestlers, courtesy of their performances at the 12th African Arm Wrestling Championships in Accra, Ghana, have qualified for the 2023 World Combat Games scheduled for Saudi Arabia later in the year. The athletes Muazi Zanu in the 55 kg class defeated Ghana's Rachel Lankai in a playoff battle, while Olubisi Oyewusi qualified for the World Combat Games in the women's 90 kg class. Team Nigeria, with 247 points, finished overall third at the just concluded 12th African Arm Wrestling Championships in Accra, Ghana, with 33 medals consisting 10 gold, 9 silver and 14 bronze. And finally to boxing, Argentina's Fernando Martinez beat Jed Bonilla to retain his IBF World Super Flyweight title in Minneapolis,
With the win, Martinez is now unbeaten in 16 fights, while Bonner lost for the first time in his professional career. With sports updates, Olalekan Kilajolu, NTA News.
A renowned professor of mass communication, Lai Osho, has died in an auto crash while returning from Delta State to Abeokuta, Ogun State capital, on Saturday night. The sad news was confirmed by Professor Sunday Olayinka, Dean, Faculty of Communication and Media Studies, FCMS, Lagos State University. The late Osho was former Deputy Rector, Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, Mapoli, former Dean, School of Communication, Lagos State University, LASU, external examiner for PhD graduates in numerous Nigerian universities, a reputable communication scholar with numerous publications. He earlier worked with Ogun State Broadcasting Corporation, OGBC, a news agency of Nigeria, NAN, before he became a lecturer in 1981 as one of the pioneer lecturers in the Department of Mass Communication, Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, Mapoli, Abeokuta. Rest in peace. And on that note, we'll wrap up Channel 12 News. Thank you for watching. Good evening.